Hi, today we're going to talk about the back squat. First with the technique, you'll be using a barbell. I apologize that I don't have one. And you'll place the barbell across your back, below your neck and below the shoulders actually. You kind of want it across the shoulder blades, so kind of in this area. And then you'll make sure that your feet and hips are shoulder width apart. So just everything's kind of in a line. So then as you have the bar, you don't want to make sure that your elbows don't flare out. You want to kind of keep them at your side and in. Then you'll, as you go down, you're going to move your hips back and bend your knees. So you'll go down, and then keeping the weight through the arches of your foot and into the ball of the heel. As you do this, make sure that your knees stay over the ankles. You don't want them to go over your toes. And it is okay if they go a little out. You just don't want them to flare out too much. So you'll go down, and for the back squat, you can go below parallel. So really putting your butt down. And then as you come back up, sorry, I'm doing it a couple times, but as you come back up, it's the same thing. You want to keep a neutral back though, and raise back up. Once you get back to the top, you will lock your hips and your knees, just to be done with the movement. For some common mistakes, one of the most common mistakes is that the knees go too far forward, so they're going over the toes. And for that, you can just tell, a good coaching tip is just to keep the knees parallel to or above the ankle, and that the athlete should always be able to see their toes while doing a squat if they would glance down. Also, another thing is doing too shallow squats, so not going all the way down, just doing little squats, and that's not doing the full range of motion or the movement that is required. You won't work all the muscles that you want. And a good way to help the clients with that is you can say that you want their butt under their rib cage and that like they're sitting in a seat to help them go as low as they possibly can. And then lastly, some clients will look up to the sky too much, and then that makes you no longer have a neutral back. Instead, your neck is bent back, so you want to make sure that everything is even and it's a neutral back. One way you can say, you can have the client look forward. That sometimes is an easy way for them to keep everything in line as well. So one progression for the back squat is to do a stair progression. So with this, it's kind of the same movement. You would go all the way down, and then you'd only come a fourth of the way up. And then you go all the way back down, and then do half the way. Then you go all the way back down, and then you go all the way up. So that would be the stair progression. And then one regression that you could do instead of doing the back squat is you could use a dumbbell, and you would hold it at your chest, elbows in, and you'd hold the dumbbell and kind of do the same movement. So it'd be here, then you'd lower yourself and back up. Instead of the weight going, and then for this, for the front squat, you'd still make sure that all the weight is in your heels. For that, it's a little bit of an easier movement than on the back. Again, though, the chest, the bar needs, or the dumbbell needs to be against your chest and your elbows in to finish that move. That's a little bit more about the back squat. Thank you.